Welcome to the Mindfulness Yom Kippur and Yizkor experience. We welcome you from our home, from our garden, in the jungle of Costa Rica. You may hear the rush of the water. We may be interrupted by monkeys. Everything is welcome. And see, if you hear the rush of the water, let's try to imagine that the Rio Machuca is flashing out all the anxiety. We can release all the anxiety that we have been carrying for so long because of COVID, because of this situation of prolonged uncertainty. For a moment, if we can let go, to let in a different level of consciousness, a different level of awareness. And maybe in that awareness to hear a glimpse, an echo of a voice of the divine. And I'm going to start with a blessing. With a blessing that is so interesting. Because the blessing says, thank you to God for giving the rooster the capacity to distinguish between day and night. So in this morning of Yom Kippur, I'm asking ourselves, I'm asking the rooster inside of us, what would we like to distinguish on this morning of Yom Kippur, between what and what? If we could be a rooster, what we would like to distinguish. Because not everything is the same. Just sit for a moment when we invoke this holy rooster with this blessing. What we would like to distinguish in this morning of Yom Kippur between what and what. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan לשכבי בינה להבחין בין יום ובין לילה. Just connect with the rooster inside. And say to your neshama that not everything is the same. Not even every anxiety is the same. And as we welcome the blessing, we are all seated. We are all seated in a chair in this moment of Yom Kippur. And I don't know what type of chair, if you're on the floor, you're in an armchair, wherever you're seated. I'm talking now about the spiritual chair. What is the spiritual chair you're sitting on this morning of Yom Kippur? And whatever it is, it's okay. Is the chair of confusion, of flatness, of loneliness, of hope, hopelessness? Let's be aware for a moment. As the Ashrei begins to percolate in us. Because the Ashrei says, joyous are those who dwell in the house of God. they shall praise you forever. So for the capacity to be seated, for the capacity to stop, for the capacity to be aware, for the capacity to be sitting without judgment for a moment. Because wherever we are seated, it's okay. Ze ma yesh. It is what it is. Just be aware. Don't judge it. Embrace it. Let's sit with it, with this, in compassion. And the first two words, repeat after me, and then we sing together. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Yalelu Chasela Od Yalelu Chasela. Remember to repeat. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha Od Yalelu Chasela Od Yalelu Chasela Ashrei Yoshvei Aleinu Chasela Od Aleinu Chasela. And as the music of the Ashrei keeps involving us, pay attention. What are you sitting on? What type of feelings? What type of spiritual platform? Just be aware. Don't judge it. Because to be aware makes us happy. Because not to be aware is to be in a slumber. And this morning of Yom Kippur, we want to be awake. What is it that we're sitting on? And on Yom Kippur, when we say HaMelech, the king, the queen, the sovereign, just say it in the way that it's meaningful to you. What do we give sovereignty over? What do we have sovereignty over? Because if COVID has telling us something, as teaching us, half teaching us something, is that we don't have control over many things. So the morning of Yom Kippur is to say there is only one sovereign, which is Hamelech. It's a declaration. It's a declaration that is meaning beyond absurdity, and we been having so much absurdity. So good to connect with this glimpse of mystery that we call God. So whatever your belief, your connection, this is with the moment when we assert that there is a sovereign, that there is meaning beyond absurdity, in spite of everything, in spite of the hopelessness, in spite of the confusion. It's a choice. We choose to believe in this power that is above and beyond everything that we understand. And we call it Amelech. על כיסרם ונישא, יושב על כיסרם ונישא. Again, the metaphor of sitting. Again, the metaphor of sitting. יושב על כיסרם ונישא. And we choose to believe that in spite of everything, there is a throne. There is a place. There is a mystery. And that mystery elevates us and take us from the mundane. It's a choice, even if it's difficult to connect with. Even if sometimes the silence of God is deafening. It's a choice to say there is meaning beyond absurdity. And the Barhu is a way to say, I bless you. I bow. I prostrate myself in front of you. I bow myself in front of you because we all bow into something. We all bow into something. We all bow into a power that is above and beyond ourselves. So what is the power that we bow in front of? What is it? Our own narcissism? Money, careers? Whatever it is, we all bow into something. And here in the morning of Yom Kippur, the sacred, the holiest of the days. In the calendar is when we return to the essence. When we say we're going to bow only in front of the Holy One. So if you're able to stand up, I invite you to do it. Together we say the Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamevorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam Vaed. And I would like to ask Karina to lead us in the Shema.
Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way. And listen, listen to your soul. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Just stop all the chatter that gets in the way. And listen, just listen to your soul. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed.
There is a moment in every service that is the Amidah. Amidah that stands for standing. And a great teacher of mine says that to say the Amidah you need holy chutzpah. To tell God you are blessed and to treat God as a you. To have this I-thou relationship with the divine. To elevate ourselves to the platform of that which is possible. To renounce for a moment to the mediocrity of the words that sometimes we use. To elevate the language to what is possible, to what is holy, whatever brings healing to the world, hope to the world, justice to the world. So the Amidah is a way to say, I'm here with you. So I want to open my lips, open everybody's lips, to be able to utter a true prayer, to be able to stand in silence, and after chanting this kavanah, this intention, listen to the music, but to be in silence. In this I-thou relationship with the divine, what you would like to say. Imagine that there is a God that listens, that hears you. Use your language. Open your lips with honesty. And whatever you say, it's okay. Speak from your guts, from your kishkes. Bring up anything and everything you have inside.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. אדוני, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, speak in your language. Stand up and speak in your language, and speak from the heart. Say whatever you would like to say. Speak whatever you want to say. Open your lips in sincerity and speak from the heart.
of the themes of the High Holidays is the Zochreinu Lechaim, to be remembered, and to remember. Zochreinu Lechaim, remember us for life. I remember after September 11, there was a bar mitzvah in my congregation. And the kid said, the people asked me, what do I want for my bar mitzvah? And he said, September 10. We are in a moment of collective grief for our plans. So Zochreinu Lechaim in this moment means something very powerful. What would we like to remember? What life we would like to remember? Remember becoming members again with what? Because of the pandemic, because of everything that we've been suffering in this moment of collective trauma, in the middle of all this, we have lost certain things. Some of us have lost the smile. Some of us lost the hope. Some of us have lost deep connections. Some of us have lost loved ones. But there are some things that we can reconnect with. We can remember. We can become members again with that which connects us with life. With that makes us feel alive in spite of everything that we are going through. So let's chant Zochreinu Lechaim with all our hearts, but also not begging to be remembered, but saying to ourselves, I'm going to make an effort to remember, to become a member again with some attributes of my soul that I let it go. Or they're sleeping, and I need to call my resilience. Because the flatness and the hopelessness is so big. So I believe that in this moment, Zochreinu Lechaim is more powerful than ever. It's a call to reactivate our resilience. Not everything is in the hands of God. What do we like to remember? What type of effort we feel we can do to do our part in the Zochreinu Lechaim, to remember and to be remembered for life. So let's chant the Zochreinu Lechaim and connect with that aspect of ourselves, saying in this Yom Kippur, I bow, I'm saying I'm going to connect with that part of me.
Zochreinu Lechaim, Melech Chafetz B'chaim. Zochreinu Lechaim, Melech Chafetz B'chaim. B'chodevenu בספר החיים למענך אלוהים חיים למענך
book of life, and we can take the pen also. We can take the pen to inscribe the part that we can do to inscribe us and to connect again with life, with hope. And in whatever way we define life. So just pay attention. What is emerging? What can you do? What can each of us do to do our part in the Zochreinu Lechaim? Just pay attention. Whatever is emerging, don't judge it. Just pay attention. What can we do to connect with life? To be in touch with that aspect of our neshamot, of our souls, that we were so tired that we just let it go. Sometimes could be the capacity to smile. Maybe it's patience. Oh my God, we all need patience. We need so much patience. Just connect with that. Whatever that may be. And there is an orech din. There is an orech din. There is an orech din, a judge. But it's not us. And not all judgment is bad. Here we are looking at God's capacity of judgment, and we want to be judged in compassion. But we can distinguish between compassion and judgment, and between judgment and discernment. Judgment and discernment. To be judgmental all the time is a way to separate ourselves from people. And judgment brings us calm, because I think this is it. It's not it. It's not that. Or he is like that, she is like that. But takes us to a pit of narrowness. Life is much more complex and is in the gray areas. So judgment is in the hands of God, and we want to be able to connect with judgment as discernment, to distinguish, to distill, to pay attention. So let's connect with that capacity to distinguish, and also to say to God, we hope we are going to be judged with compassion, with loving kindness. Let's connect with our open-mindedness, and we are with our close-mindedness.
עורך דין לבוחן לבבות ביום הדין עורך דין לבוחן לבבות ביום עורך דין לבוחן לבבות
ויומדים לבוכן לבבות ויומדים. Our hearts have been tested. Let's connect with our hearts. What has been the most difficult part of our hearts that has been tested during this COVID pandemic? We all been tested in something, in our judgment, in our compassion. We need to heal our hearts. We need to heal our hearts. We need to reconnect. Remember. Let's leave judgment in the hands of God. Let's connect with our hearts. Let's connect with open mind, with open will, with open heart. And from judgment, immediately we go to compassion. We say Chanun v'Rachum from God. We say God is compassionate and merciful. And we want to be judged with mercy and compassion. So that's God's job. If we're asking that from the divine, whatever your relationship with the divine is, how are we doing in the Chanun v'Rachum departments? How are we doing in the grace and compassion departments? Are we moving with grace? Are we connecting with each other with compassion? In these moments, we are all with short fuse. Short fuse everywhere. There are moments of anxiety. They're just triggered by a word, by mood swings, lack of sleep, worries about jobs, about so many things, health, of course. Are we compassionate with each other? Are we compassionate with ourselves? Do we realize that we are living unprecedented times? So in this moment when we're going to chant Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum V'Chanun, I would like us to chant to our souls too, to ourselves too. To say our names also. Be compassionate with yourself. Operate with grace with each other. Because everybody is very nervous. So this prayer is so poignant in this moment. So check in your heart if there is something that you have to do to invite your grace, to elevate your grace, to put some oil in the machine of the grace, of compassion. Maybe we have to let go when somebody who is a dear friend or a loved one react badly because of the short fuse of the moment. So let's chant not only to God, but also to our neshamot.
Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nose Avon Va'pesha V'chata V'nahakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nose Avon Va'pesha V'chata V'nahakeh. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum Vechanun, Erech Apayim Verav Chesed Ve'emet, Notzer Chesed La'alafim, Nose Avon Va'pesha V'chata V'nahakeh.
Let's take a deep breath. Let's take a deep breath to resettle. Neshama, neshima, soul breath. Coming from the same root. I can hear the rush of the river. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you're going to hear it or not. We all need a mikveh. We all need a ritual bath to wash away so many things. So many fears, so many bad feelings. We settle down. And the mercy and the compassion invite us to elevate our voice and to say Shema Aleinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chus v'rachem Aleinu. Hear our voice, Adonai, our God. Be kind and have compassion on us. Why? Because we all want to be heard. We all want to be seen. And when we are not heard or seen in the totality of the complexity of who we are, we suffer. When we have to put a show, we suffer. And Shema Aleinu is a way of saying you can see me. You can see me. You can see me in my totality. You can listen to me. Listen to me with all my contradictions. Listen to all of us. Aleinu. To our voices. So connect, please, with the voices, with the faces that we usually hide, that we feel are not so acceptable. And we say, please don't cast us away. this is who we are, and I'm come here to you in this Yom Kippur with everything, what each one of us is, with what we like and with what we don't like, to seek for compassion and forgiveness. So connect with that, which we are usually hiding, that we are afraid of. And we say,
Aleinu Adonai Eloheinu Chus Verachem Aleinu Vekabel Verachamim Uveratzon et Tefilatenu Hashivenu Adonai Elecha Vena Shuva Chadesh Chadesh Yamenu
do not cast us away from you. Do not take your holy presence from us. Do not cast us away as we grow old. Do not abandon us as our energy wanes. Shema Aleinu. Listen to our voice. Listen to our voice. What are the voices that you would like to elevate on this Yom Kippur? What are the words that you have never said? What are the phrases that are choking your throat? That you would like to be able to say them as part of your prayer for honesty. In the Yom Kippur service, there's a section called the Vidui. That I'm going to ask Ronald to play it with a guitar. I like the guitar here. It's good to have somebody who could play guitar, piano. And the confession, it's powerful. We know the power of confession. We know the power of releasing something that is oppressing our chest. And this was originally. Can you imagine we're going to be walking around saying, I did this, I did that. And the list here is quite brutal. We abuse, we betray, we are cruel, we destroy, we bitter, we falsify, we gossip, we hate, we insult, we jeer, we kill, we lie, we mock, we neglect, we oppress, we pervert, we quarrel, we rebel, we steal, we transgress, we are unkind, we are violent, we are wicked, we are extremists, we yearn to do evil, we are zealots for bad causes. But I love this prayer because it's so harsh. And we put this honey of music. But we understand what we're saying. We abuse, we betray, we are cruel, we destroy, we embitter, we falsify, we gossip, we hate. This is what we are saying. This is what we are saying. And we put this sweet music, but what is the text trying to say? We all commit crimes, but let's not talk about mafia type of crimes. Things that we know that for our values are crimes. Maybe are not so terrible like this. So let's be honest. Let's be honest. We're going to chant the Ashamnu that you have in front of you. We do like this in our chests. But then let's do our own list. Let's do our own list. Let's peel the onion of our shame. And we're going to do it publicly, but individually, because this is not about humiliation. We all carry shame. Because we are just human. And we fail. And we try again, and we fail, and we try again. So let's chant the classic Ashamnu. And then we go to the personal one. Ya ra 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 ra, ya ra ra ra, ya Ashamnu Bagadanu Gazalnu Dibaranu Dawofi Avinu Veirshanu Zadanu Chamasnu Tafalnu Sheker Yavatnu Ra Ki Yizavanu Latznu Maradnu Niyavatnu Sararanu Avinu Pashanu Sararanu Kishinu Orev Rashanu Shichadnu Tiavnu Tainu Titanu Yairai Yairai Yarararai Yairai Yarararai Yairai. And we're going to continue with our personal ones. I'm going to guide you at the beginning, but then please go and just pay attention whatever we have done to contribute to systemic racism, what we have done to eradicate discrimination of any kind. What have we done? What have we done to narrow the gap of differences? Just that. So you're going to feel the dots. I'm going to chant just two to give you an example, or one. And then we go just with the first part, okay?
I am sorry, so sorry for judging and making assumptions before knowing all the facts. I am sorry, so sorry.
Please fill the blanks while the guitar continues. You know what you're sorry for. Just take advantage of this holy moment.
I am sorry, so sorry.
Go deeper, go deeper. Go deeper, go more personal. Go inside of your neshama. What is it that you're sorry for?
I'm sorry, so sorry.
And one layer deeper. And the vidui finishes saying, Ve'al kulam elo aslichot. Slach lanu, mechal lanu, kaper lanu. For all these mistakes, forgive us, forgiving God, pardon us, grant us atonement. Just sit with that for a moment. I think there is too much sun here. I'm just going to move a little bit because all this is done just with a simple phone. And we all need a parent figure. We all need a parent figure. A parent figure that is on top of everything, a parent figure that is in control. For some of us, it's a father. For some of us, it's a mother. For some of us, it's a parent, it's a grandparent. The Avinu Malkeinu is that connection. I cannot imagine a music that connects us more deeply. For the high holidays. And again, Chaneinu vaneinu, ki en banu masim. Have mercy on us, answer us. Why? Because ein lanu masim. Our deeds are insufficient. Our deeds are insufficient. We all feel at some point in life that our deeds are not enough. It's not that are not good enough, are not enough. because we feel so vulnerable. We feel vulnerable and we need help. We need help from this parent figure, because ultimately we don't want to be alone. Many times I've visited elderly in the last moments of their lives, and it's so interesting. At their age, they call their mama or papa. They call their parents in their own language, whatever the original language is. And it's so moving, God. Because we need this parental figure that is going to tell us that everything is going to be okay. And says, don't worry. So let's connect for a moment with that vulnerability and the courage to ask for help. To ask for help, in this case, to this parental figure that we call God.
Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, chonenu vanenu, ki ein banu maasim, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, ve'oshienu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, chonenu vanenu, ki ein banu maasim, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, ve'oshienu, Avinu Malkeinu, chonenu vanenu, ki ein banu maasim, ki ein banu maasim. In this moment of so much vulnerability, on so much need, we connect with the need for your parental figure, for protection, for mercy, for compassion, for healing. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, ve'yoshieveinu. What you would like to ask, what you would like to ask to that parental figure that is symbolized in this Avinu Malkeinu, in this powerful parental figure that we call God. What are you asking? Because our deeds are not enough, are insufficient. Just go for it, just go for it, and ask in this moment. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed,
Let's take a deep breath and stay with Avinu Malkeinu. So powerful, so beautiful. And from here we go to healing. So I would like to ask Karina to take us in the journey of healing. And she would say, Refana la, Refana lo, Refana li.
When you feel under the weather and the world looks cold and gray, and you feel a lump in your throat that you can't cry away, and your body aches and your spirit shakes, yearning to be heard, you can reach out from your deepest pain to hold and to be held. El na refa, na la la la, el na refa, na lo lo lo, el na refa, refa na li. El na refa, na la la la, el na refa, na lo lo lo, el na refa, refa na li. There are people that you know their names. There are people that you don't. There are children, grown-ups everywhere that would love to hear your voice singing for our health to be bright and well, so that we could join and together paint each and every world a world with healing hope. El na refa, na la la la, el na refa, na lo lo lo, el na refa, refa na li. El na refa, na la la la, el na refa, na lo lo lo, el na refa, refa na li. El na refa, na la la la, el na refa, na lo lo lo, el na refa, refa na li.
And from healing, we go to this holy moment of Yizkor. Oh my God, I'm always so moved by Yizkor, but especially for the Yizkor of Yom Kippur. I always ask the same question. Sorry, those of you who have heard me. Who was the genius who put the service of Yizkor in the moment of the service for forgiveness? Oh my God, memory and forgiveness. Memory and forgiveness. Memory and forgiveness. So we're going to work on this. And I would like to ask Karina also to introduce us to Yizkor with the words of the Shiviti.
עשיתי אדוני לנגדי תמיד, כי ממני בל אעמוד. לכן שמח ליבי ויגל כבודי, אף בשרי ישכון לבטח. כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול, לא תיתן חסידך לראות שחת. תודיעני אורח חיים, אורח חיים. סובה שמחות את פניך, נעימות בימינך נצח. שיוויתי אדוני לנגדי תמיד, כי ממני בא
Yizkor and forgiveness. What do we have to forgive from our loved ones who are not longer with us? What do we need to ask for forgiveness from them? What do we need them to forgive us for? So we're going to be in silence for a while, and I'm going to guide you. I invite you to close your eyes, because we're going to meet our loved ones who are no longer with us, who have died. We're going to meet them in the palace of memory and forgiveness. So I invite you to close your eyes and to sit with your back straight. In this creative tension between wakefulness and relaxation. Wakefulness and relaxation. Knowing that we are here and now in this moment of Yom Kippur, in this sacred moment of Yizkor. I invite you to visualize a place that is very safe for you, with your eyes closed. Could be a place in nature, a place from your childhood. The most important thing is safety. That you feel safe. You feel welcomed. And on that place of safety and security and protection, when you know that everything will be okay, whatever it happens there, it will be okay. I invite you to visualize a door. And even if this is in the middle of a lake or mountains or whatever it is, because it's part of our imagination, we can put a door anywhere. You're in your place of safety and there is a door, and the door begins to open up. And you see a staircase. And the staircase is beautiful, beautiful, has a railing, has beautiful light, very warm, very safe also, so inviting. So from your place of safety, you visualize yourself in front of the gate. And very slowly you visualize yourself beginning to go down to your inner chamber, the inner chamber of your soul. Now we begin to descend. 21 steps. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. And in the 10th step, you turn around and you look up and you see the light that is coming from your place of safety. And you see that it's there waiting for you. And we turn around again and we see the light that is coming from the inner chamber. It's a beautiful light. And we keep going down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you have arrived to this inner chamber of your soul that is a beautiful place. So cozy, so inviting. You see pictures on the wall, pictures that you recognize, objects that you recognize. You recognize the people on the pictures. And in the center of this cozy room, there is an armchair, kind of couch for one, that is also so welcoming. You imagine, oh my God, if I sit there, I'm not going to be able to stand up because it's so welcoming. And you visualize yourself sitting there. And in front of you, there's an empty chair. And behind the empty chair, there is a door. And behind that door, your loved ones who have died are in a line. And one by one are going to be seated in that chair. And you are going to tell them if there's something that you would like to forgive about them, because maybe you made judgments or they made mistakes. And you could request any forgiveness that you want from them. Forgiveness and memory. One by one, they're seated in front of you. In silence, together we do our own Yizkor. We continue with our eyes closed as we embrace them, we hug them, we can feel their smell, we remember their voices, the feeling of the skin. As they begin to leave. I will say thank you for showing up in our souls in this moment of Yom Kippur. For coming to give or receive forgiveness. To remember whatever was disconnected from the memory. Sometimes there is guilt, there is shame, there is stuff. Because life is complex. We bow to them as they begin to leave. And the door where they came from begins to fade away. And we stand up in our visualization. We visualize ourselves standing and walking and saying thank you to the inner chamber that has welcomed us for forgiveness and remembering and memory. We walk around. We see the staircase. And we visualize ourselves going up 21 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on the 10th step, we turn around. We look at the light from the inner chamber that we left behind us. We look up and we see the light that is coming from our place of safety and security. And we keep going. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We have arrived to the place of safety and security. Wherever that place is, visualize yourself sitting there. In that place that tells you everything is okay, everything will be okay. Now I invite you to visualize yourself as you are in the place that you are now, knowing that we are connected through the waves during this Yom Kippur service. You visualize inside what you can see outside. And when you are ready, you open your eyes. You need to wash your face like that, stretch. just invoked the memory of our loved ones. And if you're able, I invite you to please rise for El Maleh Rachamim.
El Maleh Rachamim, שוכן במרומים, אמצא מנוחה נכונה, תחת כנפי השכינה, במעלות קדושים וטהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים, לנשמות כל אלה שהזכרנו היום לברכה, שהלכו לעולמם, בגן עדן תהי מנוחתם. אנא בעל הרחמים אסתירם בסתר כנפיך לעולמים וצרור. בצרור החיים את נשמותיכם, אדוני הוא נחלתם. ואנוכו בשלום על משכבותיכם, ונאמר אמן.
And together we say the mourner's Kaddish for the memory of all our loved ones. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ואלמד יברח חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עולמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפואר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה. תמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלם הרב משמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. I would like to invite Karina to conclude this Yizkor with Psalm 23.
Adonai rohi lo echsar binode shegiare pitzeni al mei menuchot yena haleni nafshi yeshuvev yancheni b'maglei tzedek leman shemo gam ki elech b'gei tzal mavet lo yirah rak yata imadi shivtecha umishantecha hema yenachamuni taroch lefanai shulchan רוויה, אך טוב החסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, for many long years.
What a powerful prayer the Unetanneh Tokef is. What a powerful circumstances we have. The text says, Mi yichyeh u'mi yamut. Now with the High Holidays music, I would like to invoke the cold Mamadaka. The cold Mamadaka, the still small voice of the soul. For me, this is one of the reasons why I do what I do. Because I firmly believe that it's the still small voice of the soul that if we are silent for a moment, we can listen to it. So the cold Mamad Akai Shama, a still small voice will be heard, the voice of God, the voice of our crying souls that we cover with so much stuff. So much stuff, we don't let our essence to speak up. And to pray the Unetanneh Tokef in this moment of COVID, mi yichyeh u'mi yamut, who is going to die, who is going to do by water, by fire, oh my God. What a year to do this. Those of us who have family or friends who have died because of COVID or other circumstances, this is hard. This is a prayer of vulnerability. Because the truth is that anything could happen to anybody at any time. So let's connect with the cold Mamadaka, please. With the belief that there is a still small voice of the soul waiting to be heard if we dare to shut up. If we dare to listen, to embrace silence as a landscape, not as the absence of noise. If we dare to go into the interstices of our souls, there are voices. Kol demama yishama, kol demama daka yishama. Kol demama text of the Unetanneh Tokef says, "Barosh Hashanah yikatevu v'yom tzom Kippur yichatemu." And the day of judgment in Rosh Hashanah is written, but today is sealed. Our destiny is sealed, and we have something to say. We have something to say. We have something to say. We have something to say about life, about our destiny. Maybe we cannot control when are we going to die, but we have something to say about how are we going to live, by which values, by which memories, by which powers.
בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. כמה יעברו וכמה יבראו, מי יחיה ומי ימות, מי בקיצו ומי לא בקיצו.
Who will be sick and who will be healthy? Who will need a respirator and who will be okay without it? Who will do everything that they can to stay healthy and protect the health of others? Who will die alone and who embraced by loved ones? Who will die because of lack of access of health care?
בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. מי במים ומי באש, מי בחרב ומי בחיה, מי ברף ומי בצמא, מי ברש ומי במגפה.
Who will fall in despair produced by uncertainty? Who will be full of anxiety because of social distance? Who will suffer financially and who would be able to redesign their lives? Who will be spiritually depleted and who will be able to reclaim some resilience? Who will be able to follow their passions and who will not? Who will be able to embrace hope as a practice? Who will be able to embody patience and who will succumb into irritability?
בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. בראש השנה ייכתבו וביום צום כיפור ייחתמו. מי בחניקה ומי בסקילה, מי ינוח ומי ינוע, מי ישקט, ומי יטרף, מי ישלב, ומי יתייסר, מי יוני, ומי יאשר, מי יושפל, ומי יהרוג.
Who will protect the right of people to decide about their bodies and who will not? Who will be the victim of gun violence? Who will be a victim of systemic racism? And who will be not? Who will foment the fracture in society? And who will go the extra mile to narrow it? Who will live by the world is falling apart feeling? And who will live by the goodness, compassion, and love that is emerging?
בראש השנה ייכתבון, וביום צום כיפור יחתמון. בראש השנה ייכתבון, וביום צום כיפור יחתמון.
But תשובה, תפילה, צדקה, מעבירים רוע הגזרה. The teshuva, the tefillah, the tzedakah, the righteousness has something to say about turning the result.
ותשובה, ותפילה, וצדקה, מעבירים את הרוע הגזרה. אדם יסודו מעפר.
אדם יסודו מעפר. We are like a broken vessel, like the dust. נפשו יביא לחמו, משהו כחרס הנשבר, yes. We can break like a shard.
אדם יסודו מעפר, וסופו ליעפר, ונפשו יביא לחמו, משהו כחרס הנשבר, כחציר יבש וחציץ נובל, כצל עובר וכענן קלה וכרוח נושבת וכאבק פורח וכחלום יעוף ואתה מלך אל חי וקיים.
Let's sit for a moment. Let's sit for a moment. The Unetanneh Tokef is a lot. Let's sink in. Let's take in the different teachings of this prayer. Let's take it in. It's so poignant in this moment of COVID. to be praying about this type of vulnerability. Just take it in. Slowly. With the breathing. Whatever is emerging for you after the Unetanneh Tokef, just look at it. Do not engage. Notice. Welcome it. Just welcome it. As pieces of Torah, of wisdom, that are emerging from your soul. Welcome whatever is emerging for you. The Aleinu Malchuyot is this also prayer of greatness. When we acknowledge there is something above and beyond our own narcissism. A friend of mine used to have a prayer for his narcissism. He said, I'm a self-made man and I worship my creator. It's a good one. That's the definition of narcissism. Well, Aleinu is exactly the opposite. Aleinu, above us, on top of us. There is this meaning beyond absurdity. And we prostrate, we go to the floor, so you're going to see me disappearing for a moment. Don't worry, I am here. There's no need that you see me. You have to see me going down. I'm not going to go all the way down because I have back problems. So you do also what you can. Okay? The great Aleinu. Let's embrace the humility of bowing down. There is something above ourselves, our ideas, our thoughts. There's some greatness in the mystery of life that doesn't have anything to do with what we make of reality. And all these holidays and Shabbat is a way to fine-tune with this mystery, to connect. To Aleinu, I'm bowing down. If you've never done it, it's beautiful. Just go down to the floor. That's a way of honoring this supreme power. So those of you who are able to do it, I invite you to do it. I'm going to do it here on my little
Yai rai 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 rai. Yai ya rai. Ya rai 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 rai. Aleinu leshabeach. Yai rai rai rai. Yai rai rai rai. Yai rai rai rai. Yai rai rai rai. Yai ya rai. Yai rai 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 rai. L'Adon HaKol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים יאי רי רי יאי רי 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 יאי רי רי יאי רי 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 יאי רי ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא יאי רי רי יאי רי רי יאי רי רי יאי רי 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 יאי רי 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 רי
And now Ronald, yes, the High Holidays melody, the traditional melody, because I would like to conclude these incredible moments of Yom Kippur with a prayer. With a prayer. I mean, we're doing prayers all the time, but a special one, a different one. This, if you take me with humility, I compose. So I pray for shaking times. Aleinu ve'Eloi avoteinu ve'imotenu, Eloi harachamim ve'aslicha. Dear God and God of ancestors, God of compassion and forgiveness. May we all find a glimpse of compassion for ourselves and others. May we find ways to find a common ground when we disagree without compromising our values. May we be able to connect with social inequality with a sense of healthy embarrassment and responsibility. May we understand that to be embarrassed in front of homelessness, human degradation, discrimination, and war as a way to end conflict is a sign that we are still spiritually alive. May we be able to help to regenerate the earth we want for our children. May we be able to walk barefoot in nature more often. May we reconnect with a sense of wonder. May we find ways to be more playful May we find ways to be more connected to one another despite social distance. May we be grateful to our homes for becoming our offices, our gyms, movie theaters, refuge, and more. May the families that experience death because of the pandemic or any other cause find love and consolation. May we be able to stay present at moments as the future has become even more unpredictable. May we know that taking one step at a time is enough to move forward when we feel down. May we embrace that sometimes it's okay not to be okay without feeling a failure. May we embrace that to feel depleted, confused, and lost is part of the human experience. May we be able to increase our levels of tolerance to the unknown. May we be able to stay healthy. May we be able to help others to stay healthy. May we pay attention to our sleep patterns. May we be able to attend our psychological and spiritual well-being. May we be able to embrace hope as a practice during the upcoming year. May this year begin bringing a better and healthier future. May we and all humanity be blessed by being agents of bringing blessing to the world.
Ya ya ra 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 ra, ya 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 ra 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 ra, ya ra ya ra.
That we are in the middle of Yom Kippur. So, services, whatever you're doing, continue in the afternoon. Shana Tova. Chatima Tova. Gemar Chatima Tova. May we all have a year sealed for goodness and with all these blessings. Tizku leshanim rabot. ותחיה ותאריך ימים. May we be remembered for long years. May we stay healthy. Shana Tova, Gmar Chatima Tova.